Okay, you guys, so today we're going to continue going through some boxes from a previous unit we purchased. For those of you guys that are new to the channel, we purchased this unit for $220. It was a 10 by 35. We did take a few things out. There's a lot of furniture, so it's been hard for me to just go over there and grab a bunch of boxes. But check out yesterday's video. All of those boxes, or the few boxes that we opened, that was all from the same unit. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. I have like 7 or 8 boxes here. They do all say fragile. They all say fragile on them. So let's see what we have here. Everything is packed nicely, so that's good no matter what it is. A lot of times in the storage units, when people just throw a bunch of items into a box, they typically don't put any padding or bubble wrap like they did on this one. So here we have a little pot here, nothing crazy. You can see $9.99. Definitely something newer. We want to find older, preferably older items. Got this here. I think it's nice, decent. Someone will buy that. Let's see what else we have. Looks like a lot of vases. So this might be old. Not sure if they repaired this, or looks like they might have repaired it. I don't know. I want to say this is old though, because I just felt that they have on the bottom as well. That's pretty cool actually. Kind of goes with our house, the color. Too bad it has that little crack in it. Here we go. We have a bigger piece here. I gotta save all this bubble wrap because it's almost like they fit perfect. Huh, this one also. I wonder, I'm gonna have to look these up. I don't know. Maybe they're old or maybe they're not and they just put this on there. So there goes that one there. Two cool pieces so far. Those of you guys that have ever thought about getting into storage units, I would say, you know, just try it out. First thing I would do is purchase a smaller unit. Look at that, that's awesome. Purchase a smaller unit, like a 5 by 5. The reason for that is from the pictures that they show online, one thing I could definitely tell you is that it's always like 2 times more the amount of stuff than it looks in pictures, honestly. So just try a 5 by 5, see how you like it. In terms of, oh, this one has some type of marking underneath it, can't read what it says, but in terms of sourcing for reselling, I think it's the best, honestly. I mean, these days you go to Goodwill, you buy a few items. Well, at least down here in Arizona where we're from, you buy a few items, maybe a handful of items, you know, you're spending a good 60 to, this one looks like it's from Ross, you're spending a good $60 to $100. Typically, you can get a nice 5 by 5 unit, which is gonna have, trust me, way more than enough items to keep your inventory full for a while. And it's gonna run you maybe, you know, $300 to $500. Obviously, it depends also how much you sell. If you're just a hobby seller, or you know, if it's your full-time job. But if it's your full-time job, then obviously you would also have more time to purchase more than 1 unit per week or 2 weeks, whatever the case may be. But definitely, I would say try it out. Just always keep that in mind. Oh, look here. It looks like, oh gosh, these are just a bunch of bottles. This is, I believe this is a local dairy. So they're probably saving these. Whenever you purchase these, I think you pay $2 for it, and you could take it back and you'll get credit. So looks like that's what most of this is. I will look. Got a couple of things that are different. Oh, that's glass. No markings. Little picture. Anyways, yeah. So give it a shot. It's obviously some work, especially when there's a lot of trash. Oh, that one broke. Pure One Imports. Whenever there's a lot of trash in the unit, so just be mindful of that. But like I said, a lot of people always ask us like, "Oh, how is it?" Just try it, see what you think. It's not for everybody. You know, you are gonna have to you're gonna have to find ways to offload some of the lower end items. You know, you can donate it, but you're gonna have to eventually sell some of those things to recoup some money. Like if you don't find any of those high dollar items in the storage unit, to just pay for all of it. But typically you do find, you know, 1 or 2 items that pay for the unit, and then the rest of it is just all profit. We've built a good little network to where we know people that like to deal with specific things, you know, maybe shoes. We know somebody who likes to deal with, you know, clothing, you know, china, breakables, just different things like that. So, or maybe somebody that sells at a swap meet. So all that really helps, because if you want the opportunity to try and find that big dollar item, you know, the more you buy, the better chances you're gonna have. So here goes sewing table. It's weird because it said food and then crossed it out. But sewing table, let's see what we got here. Most of this stuff is all vintage. Or it looks like a craft, kids craft. But yeah, most of the stuff in this unit is vintage, you guys. So shoulder pads. Feathers. I did see a lot of like hats with feathers on them in this unit. So I think she used to make her own little hats and fancy little hats. Got some beads. This is all stuff that we can sell on Whatnot. If you guys aren't following us on Whatnot, please do so. A lot of the things you guys see in the video will actually be auctioned on Whatnot. If you're not aware what Whatnot is, it's just a live auction. Very simple, very easy to bid. You can find literally anything on the site, from fabric to trading cards to jewelry, Amazon, return pallets, a lot of different things. So it's really fun. Get on there. And Singer Smart Scissors. I know Singer, Singer overall is a good brand, but I think they have like higher end and then lower end items as well. So let's see what we got here. Well, it looks brand new. Okay, yeah. Just off the top of my head, I don't think that's anything worth a crazy amount or anything, but it's brand new, so that'll help. That's something that we sell easily because it is brand new. Oh, let's see here. See what's in this here. Elastic, I believe that's what these are. A lot of different pieces. Let me see. Seam binding, okay. A lot of it. Once again, like this is vintage, you could tell, so. A lot of different pieces there. I don't know if this would sell on eBay, maybe as a lot. I would have to look it up, but it's a lot of different pieces. Let me sit in this box so it's organized. Maybe just run that on a Whatnot show, the whole box, for a few bucks and see what happens. Alright, let's see here. Ginger, a tradition of quality. 36.95, almost $37. Okay, these may be good. These may be good. So that's nice quality for scissors, I'm guessing. I've never really heard of the brand, to be honest, but once again, I've never really done any sewing myself. My Nana, she was a big sewer herself, and all I remember, she would always get very upset if we used her sewing scissors to cut any paper. So this is a decorative touch wand. Huh. Is it like a heat gun maybe? Maybe like a heat gun or something? Let's take a look at that one. For those of you guys that don't know, very easy to look up items on eBay. So you just go into the go to search, go to barcode, you just scan the barcode. It would come up. There's only one item listed associated to the barcode. You come here, go to show more, go to sold items, and as you can see, none have sold. One thing that I like to do, just to go even further, because a lot of times people may not list an item that is associated by the barcode. So what I like to do is I'll go back to the one that came up, click on it, then I'm going to copy that, go back to search, and I'm going to actually type in or paste in. Alright you guys, I'm back. Sorry about that, I had a little malfunction. But anyways, while the camera was off, that AutoCAD or whatever, however you pronounce it. Now, I don't want to just go off of these comps, and they're all over the place. But it seems like the ones, so there's some pre-owned ones. This is just the manual, but there's some pre-owned ones, right? But it's kind of fishy because it's the same picture. But anyways, besides that, if you notice, it says this with codes. So I click on it and I scroll over and I see this, so there must be a code there. So then I look at mine, and sure enough, I'm gonna cover it myself also, but there's a code there. So that's good. I mean, I don't know, maybe we'll be able to sell it. There's a lot of different ones though. Seems like he was in architecture, so I think that's what this has to do with. But anyways, there's a lot of different versions and this and that. So I don't know, who knows, maybe just lot them up and hope that somebody, see, learning assistance, just a bunch of different ones. So maybe I'll just lot them up on eBay. A lot of times things like that, I'll just lot them up for cheap, a bunch of them, and you know, just allow somebody, maybe even another reseller at times that is like knows more about that stuff, you know, give them an opportunity to buy it, and then they could sell them all individually. Doesn't bother me, as long as I'm making money and moving items out quickly, then I'm happy. That's the way I like to run the business. Is if there's an item and there's 10 listings and they're all listed for $100, even if the sell-through rate is 100%, I'm gonna list mine for 90. Why do I want to hold on to it? And if it doesn't sell in, you know, 3, 4, or maybe 6 months, then I'm lowering the price. I don't want to continue storing items. I want to flip the item, even if I make a little less, then that money I can use it as cash flow to buy more, either more inventory, more storage units that turns into inventory, whatever the case may be. I don't want to just store items. That's not what I want to do. So this one looks like it's nothing but, it's another heavy box, but looks like nothing but office items. Let me get all these out of the way. These are just like what are they called? The file folders or the documents. And put that aside real quick. Alright, so yeah, it looks like this is gonna be nothing but One thing to look out for though, these look like they're more so like files, but floppy disk games, old school games, like Oregon Trail. Who remembers Oregon Trail? Comment if you remember Oregon Trail. I remember that was the game. That was the only game we had on the computer, I feel like, in a computer class. Here's some pins. Just a lot of like envelopes. Brand new envelopes. This is something that honestly would probably just sell at our yard sale. We have yard sales once in a while also, and a lot of these lower dollar items will just sell $1 each, and typically they go very well. I'm not gonna go through and let's see. Oh, this one says music. That could be interesting. I don't know. I haven't looked up floppy disk in a while. Maybe I'll money account, music, computer backup disk. To be honest, I didn't even know they used to put music on these things, so it's really interesting. Who knows? Maybe there's a market for that. Maybe people will, collectors or something, would want these things that have like music. So I'll have to figure that out. Maybe make another lot. VHS can be very good. In particular, commercials. People, I can't even read what this is. But people want to buy recorded discs like this. Like if people, recorded TV shows, things like that. But it's not for the TV shows. I'm sure some people want it for the TV shows, but really where the money's at is commercials. People want the old commercials and they make YouTube videos out of them, things like that. Alright, I'm not going to go through the rest of this. Honestly, it's just all like office supplies. So I have 2 huge totes in the storage unit right now full of school supplies and office supplies. Gotta figure out what to do with all that. Was thinking of either donating it to a school or maybe even run a back to school whatnot. Probably too late for that, but maybe I should have already done that if I was gonna go that route. Alright, put this one back down. Got a few more boxes here, you guys. Here's another box here. Oh, looks like this one is ripping open. Alright. This one said fragile as well. Let's see what's in here. Alright, so what is it? Wait, what is this? Like a glass, or is that for a candle? I think it's just a drinking glass, right? Everything seems to be connected. Oh, here we go. Oh, okay. I don't know how to pull it all the way out, but it's like one of those vases. Put that one back in. Pull out the next item. What's this piece here? This is probably just like a TJ Maxx special. No way. No way. I think this is uranium glass. Oh no, it's chipped. It's chipped. But that's still super cool. For somebody, I mean, you could just put it up like that. You wouldn't even be able to see the chip, right? You could just leave it there. That's awesome though. That makes me think there might be more in here. And I don't see the broken piece in here, so it's probably just broke a long time ago. This is down there somewhere. A little, I don't know exactly what that is. I'm gonna leave it in here. I can wrap it all back up. same thing. So once again, I don't know if these are 2 candles or regular drinking glasses, but I do see something green down here. So, okay, that's interesting. This is not uranium glass, I wouldn't think, but it's a cool little lamp there. We'll have to check it out. Who knows? It could be. I mean, it's definitely vintage. Look at that plug-in. Got these. Ooh. Okay, so these have candles in them, like the fake candles. These are for candles. And some of these still may want those to decorate. Just like all the rest stuff in here. Those cups. Got this. No idea what that is. Oh wait, is that might go? No, there's no way. All right. Let's see. I do feel a couple of different shaped items. There's a lot of these glasses in here, or whatever they are. Oh, those aren't even. I guess they are glass. Okay, let's see this here. Okay. Okay. Now we're talking. Now we are talking. That's a beautiful piece there. And that definitely is uranium glass. So that's awesome there. Would love to find more of that, but no, doesn't look like it. Alright, let's get this stuff back in. I'm gonna leave out the pieces that I need to check to see what it is, if it is a uranium glass. If you guys have not watched our previous video, the one we posted prior to this, please watch it. We found a ton of uranium glass, so that's very cool stuff to find there. Something that we don't find often, which is very weird because the last unit, our first YouTube video, we found one little vase, and that was the first time we ever finding it. Then we buy this unit, which technically we purchased this one a couple weeks prior to the last unit, or our first YouTube video, and then we find a whole collection. So the last 2 units, these are just some odds and ends that were. Okay, you guys, sorry for the such choppy footage. The GoPro keeps getting too hot and shutting down, but I did want to go over one last thing. These are like a bunch of a tote full of patterns here. Looks like these in particular are for saddle seat coats, saddle cover patterns, and then you have a bunch of, you know, just your typical ones. We've never sold these. I doubt they do very good. I'm sure there's a few that are more sought after, but anyways, probably just run these on a Whatnot and see how they do, even if it's $1 or $2 each. We got a ton of them here. So if you're not following our Whatnot, please jump on Whatnot and find our channel, Shop Cassie Ray. We try to do an auction on there on Tuesdays typically, and every other week. That's what we're shooting for now. So if you are not part of Whatnot, if you have not signed up yet, we will try to put a link down low so that way you guys can join, and then you'll get a free $15 to spend. Whatnot is basically just a live auction app, very simple to use, very fun. Look at this one's cool right here. But besides that, you guys, please comment. We saw what your favorite item was from the video. I believe we will still have at least 2 more videos for this particular storage unit. Still tons of stuff in there. Oh my gosh, this is hilarious. My sister actually dressed up as a Teletubby when she was younger. My nana made her an outfit, and she actually won the best Halloween outfit in the school. But anyways, you guys, I'll see you guys on the next one. Thank you all. Please subscribe, Once again, comment if you have any advice or anything. Thank you. God bless. Have a good one.